Okay, folks, so 5 at 5. What a day. What a day of cricket. At the end of the day, if you're an Indian fan, you're not that disappointed, but you must say Australia is 60-40 ahead, am I right?
Absolutely. I think, Smith is still there and well set. That's a bit of a problem, a bit of a thorn in our way. But 60-40.
You've got to finish them off by 350.
Absolutely.
Max.
It's a must. Because, Boryada, the problem is even our batting lineup is fragile. And you are not completely confident. And currently, yes, I know Nitish Reddy has played well, but you have dropped a batter. You have dropped a batter and kept a all-rounder. So, tough job. And Nitish Reddy will also be under pressure, Boryada, because I wanted to talk to you about this. You are kept as an all-rounder, but your bowling skills aren't used that much, so you have been kept for your batting skills.
100%. I mean, you've basically gone with the series form. You've gone with the series form, which is very good, by the way. He has looked very assured. He's played his shots. But one is to play shots when 7 down, 8 down. There's no pressure. But one is to play when you're under pressure. You're playing for Shubman Gill. You've replaced Shubman Gill. So Nitish Reddy will certainly feel the heat. But from what we've seen so far, he does have the skill. This is not a bad batting wicket. Once you get in, you can see what Marnus did, what Steve did, what Khwaja did. None of them were in great touch, but they, were there. They kind of fought. You saw what Sam Konstas did. He found his own way. So in every way, you can score runs on this wicket.
Absolutely. And I think you have taken the perfect names here, especially someone like Khwaja. And more than Khwaja, I will talk about Labuschagne. Today, Marnus Labuschagne's innings was actually reminding me of an Indian player who has been talked about so much, Chiteshwar Pujara. He was there, he fought it out, he was getting hit continuously, but he did not, he flinched, of course. He flinched, he fell down, he sat down, but he got up and he did not lose his patience. I think the biggest problem, the batting order is actually not fragile for India. The patience somehow is less.
I kind of agree with Trisha, because if you see, Jaiswal has got starts. Rahul has looked by far the best batter of the tour. Virat has got starts. Pant has got starts, and thereafter he's kind of given up. Ravindra Jadeja looked excellent in that last test match. This is a reasonably deep batting lineup. There is no reason for India not to bat well in the first innings. So first things first, you polish off the Australian tail. You've got the second new cherry. You've got a Bumrah to come in. You've got an Akashdeep to come in. So you have Cummins and Stark. Once you get those two out of the way, you're talking about Nathan Lyon and Scott Boland. So clearly 350 Australia. And when they were 240 for 2, Trisha, you would say 350 will take it.
Absolutely.
So what was the question I asked?
We were talking about the patience, And you said we have a batting lineup. Actually, we have a longish batting lineup. Someone other than Siraj, even Bumrah can stay out there.
Yeah,
yes,
can kind of hold on.
And the point is, these the Akashdeeps and the Bumrahs can give you 20-30 runs. You need 2 solid centuries.
Plus, you need one big shot, one big knock
absolutely.
from somebody. I mean, someone does an Ajinkya Rahane, you will see 20, 30s, 40s coming. All you need is one big Boxing Day 100, as in a Boxing Day Test match 100, and you will see India on song. Before that, polish off the tail. But, Trisha, all this analysis is okay. Travis Head delivery, Jasprit Bumrah.
I thought I was dreaming. Having said that, I think in one of the videos, which I have been trolled right, left and center for, we had seen Travis Head practice yesterday. And he was struggling in this length. He was continuously telling, give me the throwdowns in this particular length. He played for the deviation. He left the ball that it won't deviate, and on height. He did not judge the height properly.
I thought in yesterday's practice nets, he was saying pitch it up, and he was also trying to sort of practice the short ball. This was one of those lengths, awkward, and Head played for deviation.
It was actually short of good length, not short,
Beautiful ball.
not good length, and
But this is cricket.
somewhere, absolutely,
140, not.
You are in absolute form, and then you look the biggest.
The game is such a leveler, and that is why I say don't write India off, because someone who hasn't scored in the last match, a Virat Kohli, a Rohit Sharma, a Yashasvi Jaiswal can score here, just like a Manas did, just like a Steve Smith did, just like an Usman Khwaja did. How many of you thought Usman Khwaja will be out there for a 60? People need to grind it out. The Indians can do that, but coming
Did
back,
Usman Khwaja think that he will be out there? He was continuously going.
but that Travis Head delivery, the whole stadium erupted.
For a second, it was I think for a second, you if you guys could see the press box, everybody in the press box was silent for a second, and then there was an eruption, because the point was, what a delivery, and it's a dream delivery for a pacer. Boryada, top of off stump, the bail gone, and the duck walking beside Travis Head. Gargi, please join us.
Thank you.
You have just come back from the press conference. Tell us a little bit on Sam Konstas was there, and what was his overall body language? What did he say? And of course, everyone would want to know about what did he say on that Virat Kohli incident.
Of course, that was what I was expecting. One of the very first questions in the press conference. But when we talk about, let's talk about Sam Konstas overall. Very, very mature. Very mature, knows what he's doing, knows what is expected of him, and is truly unfazed. I'll have to tell you that. We have to give him that. That he's everything that he was doing was 100% planned. And he was asked about.
So what did he have to say
about Virat?
Yeah.
The thing was, he said I was doing up my gloves, and Virat just bumped into me. It happens in cricket. That's all. That's all he said.
Nothing more.
Nothing more. So you have to give it to him. Go on.
So he had come prepared. He had come prepared for that answer, because he knew that is the question that would be asked.
Absolutely.
And he answered it well. So the issue is dead.
Dead, absolutely dead. But there are some things going around that Virat Kohli might be fined 20% of his.
He's agreed to that. 20%, one demerit point, matter over.
All right.
The matter has been completely put to rest.
Clearly, what happens on the field stays on the field, unless the ICC takes it up.
No, it's done. It's 20%. It's
Yes.
20% and 20%
Yeah.
and one demerit point, nothing more. So no 4 demerit points, no suspension, no nothing. So chapter over. But we were talking about the Travis Head delivery, Jasprit Bumrah Travis Head delivery. Tell us.
Brilliant. I remember watching, and just as Travis had thought that this would, he was playing for that, for the deviation. He was playing that, thinking that maybe it would not hit the stumps, it would go over the stumps. We were all also thinking
The flies have attacked.
The flies
Trisha.
have attacked, yeah. Trisha is safe now. But yeah, I think that was a brilliant delivery. Something, I think, unplayable. He could have played it, but since he tried leaving it, it was.
The word I would use is unjudgeable. To judge the ball and play,
I think
is the dicey
it
part.
was still too close to comfort, leaving that delivery.
yeah,
I
of
think
course,
he
because
could have
of the bounce. Yeah,
he could have put his bat to it, but he fooled Travis Head. Jasprit Bumrah at this point completely bamboozled Travis Head, and it was a brilliant delivery to watch. I remember, in the press box, I know we all try to be very neutral. We try to keep our emotions in control, but when that happened, I was
Why being neutral?
India's moment of the day.
Absolutely.
100%.
200%. Actually, 100%.
See, the thing is, at that point it was 237 for 2, and then you got that one fairly luckish wicket because Manas did not clear mid off. And all of a sudden, the game was in the balance when India got hit.
Yes, the shoulders were kind of drooping. Manas made a mistake, but we all knew that the pitch was, and Rohit, Virat, everyone knew that the pitch is so good for batting that it's not like Manas getting out meant that someone in form, someone like Travis Head, could not make merry in that wicket.
Then. The new ball was still 10-15 overs due.
And because of the amount of runs that was already there in the back, he could have actually come out completely attacking. But before he could understand anything, the top of off stumps gone, him back home. Mitchell Marsh came, Mitchell Marsh went. I think a lot happened in that
I
second.
want to know this. What does Mitchell Marsh plan? I mean, what was that?
He plans on walking the moment he edges. I have never seen an Australian walking walking out more efficiently after edging a ball, because we know how
lifting his finger.
exactly the Indians were appealing. The umpire hadn't started moving his hand. Even before that, Mitchell Marsh started walking. Does that mean that he's definitely not? I mean, does that only mean that he is very honest, or does that also mean he's not enjoying his time in the middle?
Okay, so a lot of people are kind of debating our take on Ponting. Let me reiterate my take on Ponting. He might be a commentator, he might be whatever, he's paid for to do his job, of course. So exactly what we are also paid to do. We will give our opinion exactly as Ricky is. He's a former cricketer of great repute, one of the greatest batters of all time, but it doesn't give him the right to lecture us on morality. So Ponting and morality are chalk and cheese. So exactly why Ponting is paid to do a job, we are paid to do a job, and we will differ with Ricky Ponting the moment he lectures us on morality. I hope that point is abundantly clear to anyone who differs with us, and you are welcome to. You're welcome to differ with us, but that doesn't take away from the fact that our stand is fair enough. We are saying this. Virat, there's no place for physical, how do combat or touch
or even anything. Physical touch.
There is no place on a cricket field. Having said that, for Ricky Ponting to come and say, because he did the same, by the way, in Sharjah in 1998, he shoved Harbhajan Singh. Ricky Ponting was the one who claimed the catch in 2008. So for Ponting to come and tell us about ethicality, it just doesn't go well.
Yeah, I mean, someone who has no morals to talk about morality and people coming and defending that, guys, come on.
No, you can defend. Yes, Gargi.
No, I was taking it to a different point. But go. No, I was completely changing the topic, so that's
no
why.
Worries.
Go ahead.
No, I was since Sam Konstas, it's Sam Konstas' day. He was asked about this. He was asked about whether or not he thought he would look silly if he got out to one of those lap shots, which is a very important question. I mean, when you think about it, that's something that could put you in a bad light. That's something
it would make you look silly, much like what happens with Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
He might play the greatest of innings, but one bad shot and he looks stupid. That's the truth.
But
what did he say?
He said, "I don't care."
And that's why he will get whatever runs he will get. And Rishabh Pant also, and when I'm saying this, I'm not comparing Konstas to Pant, never, because I rate Pant above Konstas. But what I'm trying to say is, if you are if you are someone who wants to hit from the ball go, you have to take this risk.
Yeah, and he clearly said that he did that to upset the bowlers.
Yeah,
he was preparing for a very long time.
Exactly. And by the way, Abhishek Nair also said that India knew he would do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not as if either team was shocked by it. Today it came off. It could not have come off, and he could have edged one of the first 18 balls he faced. He was 2 of 18. And out of the 2 of 18, 15 balls he had played and missed. On a different day, Konstas back in the hut for a duck. Today, he was riding his luck. He got those shots. He gave Australia a fabulous start. Credit to him. He gave his team the start that they wanted. They had given him license to kill. He came and made merry. Having said that, will this approach work? If he says he doesn't care, maybe because his team has given him the license to do it. But if there are 4 consecutive failures, then he will care.
Yeah.
That's what Test cricket is all about. Because now, teams will also know what to do with him. India did not put the third man till the 4th shot was played. Konstas by then had gone to 30 odd. He was taking Bumrah on. So that's something that one has to keep in mind. But
that's the difference between, sorry, I'm getting a little technical in this, but that's the difference between seeing someone practice something in the nets, because the Indian team knew he will try that shot, because we all knew. We were seeing him practice that in the nets. But in the nets, when you middle that as well, you don't know exactly where it lands.
Yeah.
But after today's innings, every single team knows exactly where it will land.
See, let's put it this way. If anybody says I knew all of it, then Usman Khwaja would not be laughing. Jasprit Bumrah would not be laughing. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma would not be laughing. So that shot, how many times you play at the nets to do that against Jasprit Bumrah on a Boxing Day morning takes courage. Having said that, he could have been out. So it could have gone either way. He's saying, as Gargi said in the press conference, that he was unfazed. Fair enough. We've got to see how his career evolves. But what he did show was courage.
Courage.
Today he got away with it. Tomorrow he might not get away with it. But the last few minutes on the show, where does the match go from here? You reckon the Indian batting order can stand up?
I don't know. I'm still in two minds about it. I don't think we've seen those sort of long innings from the Indian batters till yet. KL Rahul, yes. We've seen a few, but have we seen a total combination from the Indian batting lineup? I think not. And if we're at how many runs right now? Wow. We're at how many runs right now?
Clearly the flies don't like Gargi saying that she doesn't think the Indian batting order would hold up.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But it's a thought that is in the back of your mind. It's a thought that concerns you. It's something that you need to worry about. Abhishek Nair also said that Indian batters haven't been able to convert those starts, and it's tricky in not overcast but overseas conditions. It's not like they can't do it, but they haven't been able to. Will they be able to? If they're able to do it, then it's game on India.
I think Aussie crowd and media is helping India do it a little bit. Because,
After India,
by coming after especially Kohli, because I remember either Anthony or Greg Chappell, someone in one of our interviews had clearly mentioned
Don't go after
him, because that is when you make that man a beast and you won't be able to get him out.
But is
and
it
you
the
could
same Kohli?
Yeah, I mean, Kohli is the same, There are times when you go through that patches in your career. There was a time when Smriti Mandhana this year has scored the highest international runs. But
300 plus.
Absolutely. But there was a time when she could not get going and kept getting out to off spinners. So people go through bad patches. And I think that off-stump ball, we clearly saw him doing well in the nets.
Last day he looked very good.
Absolutely. He looked confident. And most important, that sound of the bat. That was brilliant. You could just stand and listen to that sound of the crisp sound of the bat all day. So I think today booing Kohli, there was one point when people were actually booing Kohli. There was someone who was continuously saying something to Kohli when he was in the boundary line.
Yeah.
I think they are doing it too much. Now they will, Kohli has been a sleeping lion a little. He has been smiling. He has not been that aggressive best. But did you see him fired up today? That fire up was missing in the second and third test. Why? How? Let's not get into it. But first test, that was there. And we got 100 out of him.
Okay, so we'll close there because Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli badly due.
Yeah.
Both of these players will have to stand up. Rohit as captain has to stand up and score, because if you don't do that as captain, you're letting your team down, and he knows that very, very well. Yashasvi Jaiswal, in the absence of Shubman Gill, has to take responsibility. So does Rishabh Pant. They're playing all-rounders. So Washington Sundar, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Ravindra Jadeja, all three of them will have to make it count. Day 2, day 3, perhaps better for batting compared to day 1. So India will have decent batting conditions. Not as if they won't. It'll be cloudy, but it's not as if India can't bat. Will they show temperament? Will they show intensity? Will they show application? Join us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Melbourne time, 3:30 India, as we build up to day 2. Excellent first day of Test cricket. Australia ran away with it, India came back. Travis Head versus Bumrah, we know what happened out there. Sam Konstas setting the tone with that aggressive innings. All of us will be back. Boxing Day, really sort of, it fit the billing. The hype, it's going up and up. 87,400 people on Boxing Day. The highest ever for an India-Australia game. What will happen tomorrow?